Hey everyone, Simon here again for the Modern Awakened Perspective, your map for the path to enlightenment. And I've got an interesting update on the Jussie Smollett hoax attack. You'll love this. But before I get into that, I'll give my usual spiel here. Everyone, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. That way more people can find the content down the road. Also, if you hit the little bell, then you'll get notified when I put out some new videos. Okay, let me get into this update. It's kind of a juicy one. Things are starting to unravel in his story, which we all knew was fake and phony from the very beginning. But basically, the two persons of interest that were seen on the video turn out to be people that Jussie knows. In fact, one of them was an extra on the TV show Empire with Jussie. Police called in these two guys for questioning. They arrived Wednesday night, and then Jussie was called back in for questioning today, I believe, Thursday. And so things are getting heated up here. It seems they identified these two persons of interest through facial recognition and through their Lyft records, showing that they were in the area there during the night of the polar vortex, and that basically they've been identified that way, and so they've been called in for questioning. Pretty interesting. Also, if you're familiar with this story, the police have been trying to track down the rope that was used supposedly in the attack. He still had on his around his neck an hour after the supposed attack. I don't know why he didn't take it off. He must have felt real comfortable with that on. Or he's just trying to be dramatic. So, what do you expect from an actor, huh? Well, it seems they've tracked down the rope from an Ace Hardware store, and that the extra from the Empire show actually had been the one who purchased the rope. Wow, what a coincidence. So I'm pretty sure that these guys, the second guy was someone who, not an actor, but someone who had flown in or came in to stage the attack with the extra from Empire. So those two guys were the ones seen on video walking away. Supposedly they came from Wrigleyville, near Chicago there, and drove in, staged the attack, and then drove back. And this was all verified by their Lyft records. And so the extra was the one who was seen purchasing the rope. I think some people said it was some sort of a clothesline, whatever the rope was, but it was purchased at an Ace Hardware by the extra from the TV show Empire. So, needless to say, his attackers were obviously not white guys screaming MAGA country. So his story is falling apart by the second. So I think on Monday they had requested he turn in some phone records, and of course he just redacted and gave them a limited phone records list, and the cops said that was not sufficient. They want something directly from the phone carrier that couldn't be manipulated. So he's really starting to be exposed. Not like we need any real evidence. Common sense tells that this thing was bogus from the very start. So his story has changed up recently also. During an interview on Good Morning America, he said that he wasn't even aware of the second attacker until he was on the ground being kicked in the back, supposedly. So where that detail was and why that wasn't explained earlier, all these new aspects keep coming out. Well, why didn't he tell the whole truth in the beginning? Unless he's making it up as he goes to garner sympathy and to make things make more sense, which is not going to work. Like I said, common sense blows this whole story out of the water. So basically, like I said, they used facial recognition software, which is great technology in this case, to track down these two guys and identify them and call them in for questioning, and then I guess verified that they were actually there, with their Lyft records. So hopefully they do the right thing, and this, kind of blow the lid on Jussie, and basically tell the truth that the story was staged, that this was a giant hoax, and it was blamed on Trump supporters to make them look bad. So that's a little update to this story. It's getting juicier and juicier. So if I get any more info, I'll be happy to update everyone. So again, the comment section is open, whether you agree or disagree with what I'm saying. I don't, but the story is definitely coming out, and that's my perspective. So I'll see you on the next one.